All right, guys, welcome to next week's meal planner overview video, featuring some tasty 30-minute dishes and a couple of new items, and especially a new cooking style that I'm going to demo for you in a cooking demo video for Thursday's poached salmon dinner. A great way to infuse flavor and save some calories and have a great healthy version of a tasty, delicious dish. So here's the meal planner overview for the week. We have eggs, turkey bacon, and arugula. Quick little salad for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday breakfast. Some oats. You could do as overnight oats or do them as the recipe calls for, fresh cooked kind of oats. I did an interesting Monday's lunch as I try to do a quick and easy thing for Monday's lunch from leftovers from the weekend or something you can do from the cabinet. For that one, I would recommend buying cooked chicken from the deli department at your grocery store to make that one a quick dinner. And then we'll jump through each one of the dinners here as I go through the recipes. Let's look at the shopping guide here first. So we got avocados, some green apples. You can go with red if you'd like. Some lemons and limes, as we always do. Maple syrup, again, pure organic maple syrup. Not as many nuts, seeds, and spices this week. Cinnamon, oregano, and turmeric, which you probably already have in the cabinet from everything we've been doing. So we're going to do a bunch of arugula this week. A great bitter vegetable, has a strong flavor, and is great for your detoxification systems. Asparagus, Boston lettuce, something a little bit different. If you wanted to do green leaf or red leaf lettuce, you could do that. Even if you want to do iceberg, I suppose you could do that too. But Boston is a different type of lettuce that's great for wraps. Some fresh dill. If you have dried, you can use dried garlic, scallions. Leeks, if you don't want to get leek and you just want to use more green onions, you could do that in the recipe that it calls for this week. Purple cabbage. You can get the purple cabbage if you'd like, but if you were looking to save some time and steps on that dish, you can just buy the pre-shedded either coleslaw mix or like a rainbow slaw mix that's cut and ready for you to go. And that's fine. I just would encourage you to go for something colorful in the cabbage family is what I'm looking for with that one. Some bell peppers, red onions, plain russet potatoes we're going to go with this week. If you want to do Yukon or gold potatoes, you could do that as well. Snap peas, also known as snow peas, some black beans, quinoa. Salsa is a great condiment and a great health food. So we're going to feature that. Some vegetable broth. Again, you could go with a bone broth, chicken broth if you'd like to. Oats and pitted dates. I like to always keep dates around as you've seen them pop up in different recipes from here and there. Great way to add a little sweetness to your dishes. So again, I have chicken breast raw and chicken cooked here. Usually we're going to find that it's either leftover rotisserie chicken that they've shredded up in that department. But I like to use that leftover chicken that they have pre-cooked and diced up or shredded in the deli department as a quick, convenient health food for sure. We got ground beef, we've got turkey, we have goat cheese, and apple cider vinegar. As I put in there, turkey bacon. You don't have to go with turkey bacon. You could go with regular bacon, but turkey bacon just a little bit less calorie dense. Steak, you go with any steak you want of your choice. If you're trying to save a buck, you could go with just ground beef for that day and some salmon fillets. All right, that's about it. We have oat milk in here, but again, when I'll put it on that recipe, you could always just use your protein powder mixed with water to save that part of it. So here's our eggs. Again, you could do this as a scramble or a little omelet if you wanted to make it quick and easy. Apple, date, and oats. Like I said, you could do this as overnight oats, and you could use your protein powder and water instead of the oat milk if you wanted to boost the protein intake and not have to go out and buy oat milk. And that's honestly the way I would do it, whether I was cooking it from scratch or doing it as overnight oats. One thing I want to point out when we're using green apples, keep the skin on. Has important fibers that help your microbiome. Here's the lettuce wraps, as I mentioned, for Monday's breakfast with some salsa, using your pre-cooked chicken and some black beans could make for a quick, honestly, 15-minute meal here if you're getting pre-cooked chicken. Turkey, potato, and mixed veggie hash. So a 30-minute meal and a one-pan meal to start the week off with some ground turkey and some of those potatoes. A burger bowl is a great way with some oven-baked fries that I like to kind of get a taste of what you got going on, like some traditional dishes, but make it healthy. And so this is one, if we have time this week, I might cook a demo for you as well. But some oven-baked fries, and doing, whether you do it as chopped up ground beef or like actually make a burger patty, which is what I usually do, and plop it over there. Sometimes I'll add some onions and mushrooms on top as well, but a burger bowl can be a great addition and is in place of the taco bowl this week. Turmeric and lime chicken with vegetables. This one, if you needed a little bit of carbohydrate and you wanted to go with some quinoa or rice, you could certainly do that. This is the one I mentioned, the purple cabbage. If you just want to get a bag of shredded cabbage or mixed rainbow slaw mix, you could definitely go that route with it. If you don't have turmeric, but you have curry powder, you could use that instead. Now, Thursday here is the one I was talking about, doing a poached salmon. And if you wanted to get a little bit of white wine this week, either Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio, you could go that route and it would go great in this dish. And that's what I might even do. And then if you want to have a glass with dinner, you could obviously do that. Some asparagus. And then if you wanted a carbohydrate, we could do quinoa is what I have on the menu this week. And then some steak and salad with a little goat cheese. I don't eat a lot of dairy, but typically when I am eating dairy, it's going to be either sheep's or goat's milk. It just has less of the inflammatory proteins that our commercial cow dairy products have in the United States. So some chef goat cheese, not only is it a little bit healthier, but it has a lot of great flavor in it. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, you could just do these steak bites right in a pan or just cook the whole steak as is. As I said, if you're trying to save a buck and you just want to do some ground turkey or ground beef, you could certainly go that route. I'll probably use, a couple weeks ago, I had the kind of Montreal steak seasoning and your buy list. If you have that, go ahead and season your steak tips with that, and that's probably what I'll do. Snap peas, as I mentioned, also known as snow peas, and you could just literally slice them on up. Toss them with a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil and a little sprinkle of salt and pepper, and that can be a nice healthy salad to balance out your steak and start your weekend right. Keep an eye out for the cooking demo, as I mentioned. Happy eating this week, guys, and let me know if you have any questions in the community.